Hey guys, it's G from Skull Gaming Network. Welcome to another MLB Perfect Inning 2019 video, and welcome to this week's maintenance update and new event guide. Yes, we are getting an app update as part of this. We'll jump right into things though. We're on our typical maintenance page, I believe. So maintenance this week starts at 11 a.m. Korean time and it goes for 6 hours. So that's 10 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Pacific for the start time. 6 hours later will be 4 a.m. Eastern or 1 a.m. Pacific. You can do the math for the other time zones. During the maintenance period, you cannot play the game. Part of this week's maintenance, as I previously stated at least once, if not twice by now, and I'm going to say it again, is version 2.1.7 as a new update, specifically mentioned for iOS, but it will be in the App Store, certainly for Android as well. In addition to 2.1.7, the Mother's Day event exchange and items are being removed once maintenance hits. So if you still have any of those pink baseballs, now is the time to trade them in. They're adding the new event called the Grand Slam event, and they're ending the existing event, which is the Full Count event. And then with the update-specific information, we have a little bit more. Number one, they are adding SS class equipment, so double S equipment. It will give a boost to stats of +5 for whichever stat double S equipment is boosting. Then if 3 or 6 double S type equipments of the same type is equipped, the set effect will be activated. For 3 of them, it gives +1 on the equipment's extra, and for 6 of them, it's +2 extra. Number 2, they are adding new SE franchise players. We'll take a look at those momentarily. They're fixing a glitch with stolen bases, having errors sometimes, and they are modifying season difficulty, hopefully to balance it and make it not as ridiculously difficult as it has been. And now, as promised, we have the second batch of franchise players. We can see for the batters, each team, it looks like, is getting 1, if not 2 cards. Interesting cards to me. Brian Roberts from the Orioles. Now, he was implicated in the Belko scandal, but an old player I recognize. Travis Hafner from the Cleveland Indians. He was always a thorn in the Twins' side. Willie Wilson, I don't know who he is, but I know he's an older player. Darren Erstad, the Angels' first baseman from the early 2000s. Couple of older Dodgers players. Jonathan Lucroy getting a Brewers card. Jeff Jenkins, I remember him. For the Twins, a couple old players. One that Twins fans love in Kent Herbeck. One that Twins fans hate in Chuck Knobloch. Honestly, that Chuck Knobloch card is a complete waste, but it's still nice of Gameville to make the effort. I just think Chuck Knobloch as a Twin is a terrible choice. Mookie Wilson for the Mets. Darren Dalton for the Phillies. And Mike Lieberthal, so they get 2 catchers. That's kind of strange, but okay. Pablo Sandoval and Will Clark for the Giants. Those are a couple of nice cards to get. And then National fans, they're rubbing it in right away, giving you a Bryce Harper card. For franchise pitchers, a 95 Darren O'Day. That will be an expensive card with that submarine action. Besides him, there is Adam Ottavino for the Rockies, who still thinks he could strike out Babe Ruth. Can't prove it, can't disprove it, I suppose. A couple of older Twins players. Ryan Dunsing, who played for the Cubs as recently as last year, and then Kevin Tapani, who I believe is from sometime in the 90s. There's some other older players. I can't say I recognize as many of them, so I'm not going to pretend to be as excited about the pitchers, because most of them aren't recognizable to me in the same way that the batters were. And then finally, we have the Grand Slam event info itself. So you start things off. Most of this will go the entire week, so from the end of maintenance early Thursday morning until maintenance starts Wednesday night, unless otherwise stated. Number 1, with it says training, I believe it means boosting. The odds from trainers this next week, They've been tripled the last couple of weeks. This week, they'll be boosted, but this time only doubled instead of tripled. And only doubled might sound complacent or like I'm not grateful. Don't get me wrong, it's still nice, but doubled compared to tripled is a bit of a letdown. It's good that Gameville's actually changing it up, though, to prove that certain events actually have value, and it's not just them giving artificial odds for what is their boosted norm. Alright, so number 2, it says the strengthening basic probability will rise by 30% for the next week. If that means that the basic probability of all boost attempts will be either given an additional 30% or even increased by 30% of what it is currently, that could potentially be valuable. You wouldn't need any trainers or anything to have potentially a 30% chance at getting a high tier knocked out. So if I'm reading that right, that's awesome. I'm trying to think what else strengthening could be, and I really can't think of anything, so if I got that wrong, I apologize. If you think I got it wrong, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm not going to pretend that I got it right, but that's how I'm interpreting it. Event 3, the probability of getting a rank up successfully with its base odds, it will be doubled for the next week. Event 4, also with rank ups, the bonus from staff and material players will be doubled for this next week. Event 5, the perfect training result probability will once again be tripled. The opportunity to get the best equipment ticket is what will be in the equipment exchange this week. I'm not sure what that means by that. Maybe it means double S-grade equipment will be available. Event 7, Club versus Club will be open both Saturday and Sunday of this week. So Saturday and Sunday only on Club versus Club. And then Event 8, there's a Hot Time event, which basically looks like a Memorial Day special package. And it says there's going to be 500 of what I believe is diamonds, 3, I'm guessing A-grade trainers, 10 something GP. I'm going to interpret that as 100 million GP, and if I'm wrong, I do apologize. And then one of something that I can't tell what it actually says. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, subscribe for more MLB Perfect Inning 2019 content. In the comments, let me know your thoughts on this event. Again, if I interpreted anything wrong, I do apologize. I'm doing the best I can with recognizing shapes in Korean over the course of a year, but I have no formal training in reading Korean. That being said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm G from Skull Gaming Network. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, and as always, peace out.